everybody. Welcome to the midweek edition of Weather for Weather Geeks, Wednesday evening, the 23rd day of June, 2021. Today was kind of a really great day, all things considered. It's late June. We had temperatures in the 40s at the start of the day. We had low humidity. We had a good deal of sunshine. Now, I've heard from a lot of pool owners this week that maybe they're not thrilled with some of the cool temperatures that we've had over the last couple of days. But I dare say that this morning's low temperature will be the coolest we'll see until sometime during the second half of August. Now, in the Climo report today from the National Weather Service, our official low for today's date will be 47, but just before midnight last night, the temperature actually dropped to 44 at the Youngstown Warren Airport, and a few backyard thermometers read as cool as 41 or 42 before daybreak this morning. 46 in New Philly, 45 in Pittsburgh. You can tell where there was a little more of a lake breeze last night, keeping temperatures a little bit warmer downwind of the lake in northwest Ohio and the northern part of the state as well. Today, overall no complaints though. Once we shook off the chill first thing in the morning, it was just fantastic. Midday and afternoon, this is a day in Niles, Ohio, and a few fair weather clouds, and a lot of people rolling around town with their windows down today. Probably a lot of convertibles. Great convertible weather out there today. Things are quiet across much of the eastern part of the country. Weak little disturbance is pivoting through the Great Lakes this evening. It'll bring us a little bit of a partly cloudy sky for a time this evening. But other than that, not a lot going on. It's beautiful. Fantastic summer evening up and down the eastern seaboard until you get to Florida. Scattered showers and storms in Florida. Severe weather threat this evening in parts of the Plain States. And scattered hit or miss showers and storms in the southwest. Some places are getting lucky and getting a little bit of rain, but as you probably know, a lot of thunderstorms at this time of the year in the southwest are almost dry thunderstorms. You get dangerous lightning, but very little in the way of beneficial rainfall until the monsoon season really starts to kick in later in the summer season, and the rain chances start to increase in places such as Phoenix. All right, where's the humid air? Well, there it is, out in the middle of the country. It's easy to find this evening. A plume of moisture extending up through the Plain States. Hasn't really crossed east of the Mississippi just yet until you're, of course, down closer to New Orleans. But east of the Mississippi, our turn is coming as this higher dew point air will come in by late this week and into the upcoming weekend. We'll roll through Futurecast here pretty quickly. Next couple of days, lots of sunshine for Thursday morning. Some fair weather cirrus clouds, some high clouds filtering in for the afternoon and evening. We'll be dry. We'll be dry on Friday. But this warm front approaching Friday will bring us a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. The dew points are going to start to come up Friday. I don't think they'll be too outrageous just yet, but by the weekend, we're firmly in the tropical air mass. Well, what about rain chances this weekend? It's another summertime weekend. I get a lot of questions at this time of the year about the weekend forecast, and the current run of our in-house model here does not have anything Saturday morning. I do suspect, though, that there could be some spotty showers and storms at daybreak on Saturday, and overall, the highest chance for rain on Saturday may be first thing in the morning. For the rest of the day, we're going to keep the chance of a shower or a thunderstorm in the forecast, but I suspect a lot of Saturday is rain-free. I kind of suspect the same thing for Sunday as well. Could there be a passing shower or a storm? Sure, but I think we'll have more dry time than wet time over the course of the weekend. But once the rain chances arrive Friday night into Saturday, they're going to be here for several days. I can't really point to a washout at all in this pattern, but several days in which we're going to have the chance of showers, some tropical downpours with all of the juicy air mass that's going to be, juicy air, I should say, that will be in place. Check out the dew points starting this weekend. Upper 60s, even lower 70s. It's going to be very, very muggy starting this weekend and taking us into early next week. The pattern's going to kind of get all blocked up as we go through the weekend into early next week. And so what we have going on is our big stout ridge along the west coast, responsible for all the heat out there. Another ridge parked off the east coast. And then in between, you have this plume of rich moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and going around the periphery of that East Coast ridge, and very muggy weather in many locations east of the Mississippi through the first half of next week with a stalled front nearby. Yeah, there's going to be several showers and thunderstorms as a possibility, not only around here, but especially off to our west, and the flooding concerns, especially off to our west, will increase, I think, by early next week. So a place like St. Louis or Chicago or Detroit or even Toledo has a pretty good chance of seeing some problems with too much water coming out of this pattern. Our flooding risks here locally are probably lower, but with several chances of showers and some tropical downpours, it's something we'll have to keep an eye on for the first half of next week. Here's a look at our computer model spread for our specific area for the next 7 days. Nothing outrageous here, but an inch or two of rain over the course of a week is no big deal in the summertime. But keep in mind, this is just this is kind of a broad generalization. As you know, in the summertime season, if you get some tropical downpours and some thunderstorms, you could get an inch or two of rain in your community in an hour or two. But broad strokes here, a widespread average of an inch or two does seem pretty likely over the next week. Real quickly, a word about the western U.S. This will be our big national weather story as we head towards the weekend. Aside from the potential for a lot of rain across parts of the Midwest, temperatures will get kind of ridiculous. In the Pacific Northwest, especially from Northern California through Oregon and Washington, some all-time, not only June records, but perhaps even all-time records for any day of the year could be challenged by this weekend. So in a place like Seattle, Saturday's high temperatures will probably get into the 90s. Portland will probably be in the triple digits. Redding, California, 114. Got to keep in mind that this is not Texas or Florida or even Ohio. Something like only 32% of homes in Seattle, Washington have air conditioning. You just don't need it very often up there. And so this will truly be kind of a life-threatening situation for sensitive folks living in this part of the country that may not have air conditioning, because you're going to see heat building over the weekend to the point where 110 will be a possibility in places like Portland and Medford. And at night, it only gets down into the mid-70s, so it's not going to be cooling off much at night. And so this is the kind, heat is actually the number one weather killer when you look at the statistics. It's not lightning or hurricanes or even tornadoes. More people are killed by excessive heat than any other type of weather in the United States. And so, unfortunately, that's going to be a possibility in the Northwest and down into parts of Northern California where they just don't have the infrastructure to handle this kind of heat for very long. Again, this isn't Southern California, it's not Texas, it's not Arizona or Florida. The Pacific Northwest is not usually a particularly hot place. All right, that'll do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll have an update on the weekend forecast and much more tomorrow evening, same time, same place.